to episode 2 of the Youth Squad Legends series with Chesterfield. Firstly, I want to thank you guys for an amazing response to episode 1. I'm telling you right now, there's nothing like that buzz. Seeing that video drop, oof. Anyway, into the save. Using the money that we've accumulated from selling off the real players, we've made a significant investment into our youth scouts. And for returning viewers, these names might be quite familiar. Danny Bins of Canada, Giacomo Cesarini of San Marino, and Tomoharu Yoka of Japan, all marvellous players in FC24. I would say for the next 6 months to a year, they're having a straight shootout between each other. Best scout gets to stay on for the rest of the series. The other two will be replaced by Ben Smacker and the legend scout Rolly Sepp. That's not all that we've done in between episodes. We've gone and won the youth tournament. In all honesty, there was pretty solid performances across the board, but Robert Havoc is a beast. He's causing havoc. Easily the player of the tournament. Desperately needed that height, because if it wasn't for him, we would have essentially been playing against the land of the giants. We found some really good technical qualities in Billy Blissett. Maybe his future is away from his preferred position of right back, and if you look at his summary, it kind of backs that up. His defending's down at 34. If there was any loser from the youth tournament, and I'm saying that very lightly, it would have to be Oliver Talboys, who played the first game, a really tight contest, 1-0 against Notts County, then was replaced by Junior Tassip for the second and third game as the Chesterfield youth team started to become a better unit. But that's not to say that Talboys is a bad player. We have no idea yet. Now, I know that some of you guys would be seriously interested in watching the youth tournaments, so those games are going to be uploaded in full onto my extra channel, and I'll pin the video link at the top of the comment section for this video, okay? Before we jump into our opening match, we do have scouts to assign, so let's get to it. We've been randomly selected Iceland, Zimbabwe, and Switzerland. Now that we have a slight idea of what state we're in, I am going to focus on what I think are our weak points in defence, mainly left back and right back, but I think big Icelandic centre back wouldn't go amiss, so that's what Danny Bins is doing. He was a centre-back himself, it makes sense. But for Switzerland and Zimbabwe, we'll be searching for full-backs. Now, I know that over the last few years, those scouted nations have been locked behind a paywall, and for some of you guys, pledging on Patreon is something that you simply can't do. So we've changed it this year, and every now and again, we're going to randomly select a comment, and that nation will be added to the pool that we randomise from. And the first one that we'll select will come from this episode. So get your nations down in the comments section. One lucky person will have their nation selected and added to the pool. There's also going to be opportunities to add players to the save and customise the appearances of some of our squad members, just so everyone doesn't feel priced out. But if you do want to support me and get all them things guaranteed, get yourself onto the Patreon. The rewards post is already up. I know that somewhere in here is a setting to get the old school introductions to matches on. Where is it? Oh my god, it's literally at the start. How did I miss that? I feel like the way to do this is analyse the opponent pre-match. So 5-3-2 holding for Carlisle in the EFL Cup, standard style football, or as we call it in Youth Squad Legends, Switzerland at any major tournament. And then we go into match day as normal. Here's Chesterfield against Carlisle, and in game we can see the actual starting 11 for our opponents. I don't know, that might be a bit too convoluted. All right, time for even more assessment at the SMH Stadium. There'll be an interception made by Ruocco, who's started off brightly. Maybe he's got a chip on his shoulder not being included in that first game. Kjartansson! Don't worry about it, Sunshine. You showed slight strength there to keep hold of the ball. I'm being told how to take a corner kick. Oh dear, I've hit the first man. That's why I've been told how to take one. Ruocco really has started this brightly. I like that. And he does look like another player with a bit of speed behind him. That Vietnamese winger must be shaking in his boots, because Ruocco looks like a stud. Oh, we're well on top here. Kjartansson asking for it, but we'll have to send it out wide. That's a lovely pick, to be fair. Ruocco goes close. It's early doors, but I have the sense that ultimate difficulty is not ultimate enough. Ruocco gets it around the corner. Callow trying to send it back. Nice pressing, though. Love a player who can give me a bit of pressing. Out-swinging corner kick, hitting the first man again. Lividini, send it, that's more like it. Love the fact that Kjartansson was hanging around at the back post. That's where you need him to be. Carlisle have struggled to get out of their half in the first 45 minutes. Doesn't help when you're always passing it backwards, lads. Could this finally be their first shot? Blocked straight away by Bancroft. Well, if this is a standard style of football, I want to go home. Corbelli's waiting for an overlap. We'll have to go under instead to Smeaton. And now here is Lividini. Might eye up the long shots. Could go for a free kick. Referee finally pulls it back. I'm not too sure what I should expect. It's full power and it's hit the wall. We've retained the possession since that. May trying to string a couple of passes in. Not a bad attempt. Djibodu got up well. Don't know if he won the header there, but Corbelli is showing some fight. Kjartansson, another lovely find, sweeping out to the wings. It might not be too bad, you know. Ruocco trying to get to the byline. Mellish keeping tight marks. We have been utterly dominant. I fear that we will lose in a penalty shootout, so let's make sure we win it before that is played. Yes! Kjartansson from the Ruocco pass. My boys are so magic that they're sitting on thin air. It's a big game from Ruocco. Kjartansson finishes skillfully. Just rub it in the keeper's face. Second game in charge, and Tobias Tanner is going to taste victory. Full time, Chesterfield 1. Carlisle United 0. Home fans are going crazy in the stands. That's hilarious. First glimpse of the goalkeeper, he hardly had a touch. He could have just read a book. Earlier, we met some returning faces. Would you like some more? We're bringing back the much-loved scenarios. And here's Posh Cutsy to give us our fates. Hello there, Posh Cutsy here. How are you doing? I'm afraid it's bad news, chap. Wesley Purpart, Tobias Tanner's arch nemesis, has taken up the Mansfield manager's position and immediately stole one of our youth players. He's really insistent on watching the world burn. Okay, toodles! Well, it's going to be a running challenge on this series of youth squad legends. Wesley Purpart desperately wants to see the failure of Tobias Tanner, so let's randomly select a number between 1 and 6 and hope that it's not 2 or 4.
5.
So it's the worst player from the youth tournament, Oliver Talboys. You see, the only issue with that is that he's got a high potential. Mansfield right there, they might have got themselves a serious footballer. The scenarios will vary through the season. Some will be very good, some will be very bad. They're there to keep us on our toes, to make sure that it's not a foregone conclusion. Next fixture in League 2 is against Bromley. They were promoted with Chesterfield from the National League, and my good friend Sparring DK is doing a very similar series to this with Bromley, so please go and check him out. I'll put the link down in the description box. They've gone and started out this season really well. A 5-4-1 flat. It's kick and rush football. If they start launching it near our centre-backs, they might just break us apart. But I am hopeful. From what I've seen so far, there's nothing to be scared of this AI, and these are only a half-a-star rating. I'll take all the points I can get before the difficulty inevitably becomes crushing. If you feel like you're going to get really invested in this series, I'd like to point you in the direction of our Discord server, where you'll find loads of YSL enthusiasts. Bromley really trying to push it down our throats. This is old school football. Oh, yes! I love it! That's what Carlisle was missing out on! The link to our Discord server is always in the description box. Everybody's welcome. We've got about 2,000 people in there, and it's just a great community. In general, you've definitely come to the right place. There's a back heel by a Dianga. This is much better. This is some classy football. I love it, Bromley. Splitting me apart. We need to sort ourselves out. Kjartansson trying to wriggle away from about 3 centre-backs. He's got no hope there. Well, that FCIQ is certainly working wonders. This is a much different feel. Sorriman down the line. Cross doesn't come in, but he has won a corner. Oh my God, what's happened to his hair? Sorriman wins the ball from the far side. Here's Lividini trying to slip it into Kjartansson. It's actually brilliant football there by Chesterfield, but no shot challenging the goalkeeper. They are very defensively sound, but Sorriman's giving it a try, and it's not the worst thing that I've ever seen. Callow now, we're just waiting for some kind of run or a mazy dribble He's done brilliantly. Ruocco, that's not go over the keeper. He's done really well to step back and collect. Bromley now very defensive. I don't know what the manager saw, to be honest, because when they were up in our faces, they were unplayable. Djiboudu with a standing tackle. Might get the ball back here from Mayor as we build up from defence. Corbelli lifts it over. Slick passing, man. Gameplay's absolutely brilliant. What a find that is. It's it! Yes! Kjartansson gets us back in the game. Tobias Tanner can feel the energy shift. We have been like a different team since that second goal went in. We've got a player up front that's just not afraid to get into a physical battle. A diagonal by Djiboudu. Ruocco's got an option wide, but he'll play it backwards. The midfield now has opened up a little bit for Callow. I feel like an equaliser might be there. Fine, Kjartansson! Yes, lovely assist. It's a gorgeous ball in by Mayor, maybe, who's playing left back, but seems to get really involved. That is beautiful. He's just plopped it into a bucket in between the defensive line and the goalkeeper. Another moment where Djiboudu might be stretched. Keep on wanting to call him Jabani because of the World Cup football. How unlucky is that? After all the brilliant stuff that we've seen from Chesterfield in this second half, the Hanford own goal's probably going to be the match decider. Keep the run going, Ruocco. Where are you, pal? Nice chest control in. He'll drive to the box. Kjartansson turns. And he had a hat-trick there begging for him. We're just going to fall short. The full-time scoreline is 3-2 to Bromley. Way more interesting game than what we saw midweek in the Carabao. A team that wanted to go for it, but ended up with the backs against the wall. Just like that. Oh, goody. It's Carlisle again. In the biggest transfer I've seen so far, Vlahovic has moved to Paris Saint-Germain. We know enough about Carlisle. They're not up to much. Will they suffer another defeat at the hands of the Spirites? It's raining, which probably means that Carlisle's tactics get even worse, because it's all about passing it around the back. Your fans must be so thrilled that they've paid so much money on season tickets and you can't even go forward. Yes, yes. Fall into the trap. Press. Left back's got it. Off goes Van Looy. I know that he's not the quickest. The number 2 trying to desperately win the ball back. Now Ruocco with the space ahead of him. Passes quickly to Kjartansson, who gets past the defender. And that is beautiful Chesterfield football. Tobias Bull. Got to applaud the striker, the confidence that he has with the ball at feet. To be honest, this is what you should get for producing a kit as bad as the one that they are wearing. It's nearly as dull as watching the AI on FIFA 16. If you experience that, firstly, I'm sorry, and secondly, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. 126 passes with a 92% accuracy. Brilliant, lads. Try and take a shot. Full time there. Chesterfield get themselves 3 points in League 2. I will praise my players accordingly, but Carlisle was so bad, I hope they get relegated. Even though they can't. I don't want to see them ever again. I do think we needed this fixture. Brentford away in the EFL Cup, ready for some humbling, because I think we've got a false indication of this game just because of how bad Carlisle are. The Premier League side are rated 4 stars. Nice early trip to a fully modelled stadium. We are about to get blown away. Oh, you can already feel the speed difference. Interception by Djiboudu. I'll celebrate every single defensive action. Off goes Wissa. He's got someone in the middle there, and surely it's a goal. And Buemo for 1-0 Brentford. We held out for 12 minutes. That's something to be proud of. Who's this then? Adley. Onto Jensen. Wissa. Saved by Walden. Well played. Collects the corner kick. He's only like 40 overall. Kjartansson. He's so far away from the ball that he started screaming at the defenders to try and put them off. Brentford walking it into the back of the net. Sorryman. Now then. Drop it in for him. Kjartansson stays on his feet. Well played! All hail the new king! This Kjartansson fella is a genius! How did he stay upright then against players far stronger than him? No matter what happens to the final scoreline, we've won today. Wissa to power around Djiboudu. Slide tackle's good! Yes, lad! Oh my goodness. I thought, just get this game out the way. Let's have a battering. Let's have a bit of a laugh. But Chesterfield, hang on. Drop it in there. Oh, it's a poor pass by Gallo. But I at least appreciate the idea. What's Tanner doing? Interception by Bancroft, made too easy. He's holding off Adley. It will be a foul, and Bancroft's injured. Keeping an eye on Bancroft. He's still got the injury symbol above his head. At least it's not a serious injury. You might be looking at a broken toe at worst as Adley powers through. That's 3-1. Aruoko's taken an absolute battering there, and the referee doesn't want to know about it. That's a hideous call, and they're in for a fourth as a result. What a joke. It looked like a foul at normal speed, and it doesn't get any better in slow motion. That is a potential ankle breaker. Scoreline might not suggest it, but we've given these a game, and that's all you can really ask for when you're down in the depths of League 2. You better believe that my lads are going to get a round of applause at full time, because this is such a plucky performance. Go on, Djibouti. Yes, tackle! That's good! Yes! Ah!
Welcome to Yuko Ike's Haiku Chronicles with your host, Yuko Ike.
Keeper cannot dive. To block the ball instead, he sidesteps like a crab. Brentford out here trying to snap legs, and they're going to make use of Djibouti not being in position. Adley holds, and Wissa's going to get another one. Men against boys. But the boys have been rather talented. So yes, I am going to applaud them off the field, because that was a performance well beyond their years. Here's hoping that Bancroft's all right and his injuries only going to set him back weeks, not months. It's the worst injury that you could get and still stay on the field. 3 months without him is going to feel like a long time. We desperately need Robert Havoc to take his place, but he might be like months away from turning 16. We're starting to get an understanding of how we should play. Kjartansson loves a good physical battle. Use that as an advantage. Start building towards him, maybe as a lone striker formation. There's a lot to mull over, but the game's incredibly enjoyable, and I think Soreman was in the team of the week. Yes! This has been Cutsy. Thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Youth Squad Legends. If you've enjoyed it, then please give the video a like. If you're not subscribed around here yet, then press the red box down below and hit the bell icon for mobile notifications so you never miss an upload again. Big thanks to everybody supporting me over there on Patreon. You guys are legends. Cheers for checking out this second episode. I'm already buzzing because there's a sense some of these players are a bit special. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.